All right, folks, welcome back. The Malzberg panel, the co-host of Steele and Ungar on SiriusXm, Rick Ungar, and president of the Galen Institute, Grace Marie Turner. And let's turn our attention very quickly to the Middle East and, of course, what's going on in Israel. Israel undertaking a military operation, and Benjamin Netanyahu, Grace Marie, promising to wipe out Hamas. And through all this, not only has this administration, our administration here in the U.S., not cut off funding or disassociated itself from the Palestinian quote-unquote unity government that consists of Hamas, which may even be illegal for us to associate with them and certainly to fund them. But Obama writes a piece in an Israeli newspaper where he praises Mahmoud Abbas as Israel's counterpart committed to a two-state solution and security cooperation with Israel. Says nothing about Benjamin Netanyahu. How much more of a slap in the face could Obama give to Israel during this time of crisis?
You know, I have to say, and sorry about the telephone.
That's all right.
Our sound isn't working. That this president has shown over and over and over that even when he says, "Oh, we're here to defend Israel," nothing that he has done has shown strong defense for this incredibly important ally in the Middle East. And this is one more example of the president, to continue from our last segment, not standing up where he said he was going to be the one to make the tough decisions, absolutely not doing it, and not even standing up for our allies.
Rick?
Yeah, sadly, this is when you're not going to get a huge argument out of me. I think there's been some mistakes, to be sure. I did not think we should continue to provide money to the PLO when they partnered up with Hamas. As far as I'm concerned, that should have been the last day we had anything to do with them. You can't partner with a terrorist organization and expect the United States to say, well, that's okay, because half of you we still want to talk to. Mistake. I read the editorial the president published today. I actually didn't pick up on the fact that he never mentioned Netanyahu. I'd agree that's probably a mistake. I think he's trying to calm things down there. I think we all would probably agree that it's not going to happen by way of an editorial. I do think that Grace is overstating it a bit. I think that most of what happens in foreign policy, and I think we actually had a chance to learn this, with what happened with the Ukraine and Russia. Have you noticed how Russia has totally backed off now? I mean, they're now Putin is now becoming the butt of the target of everything from the Russian rebels in Ukraine. They feel that they've been deserted by him. Well, I think that if you're being fair, what you're seeing is the result of back-channel work by this administration that is leading to the much more positive result than we expected. I very much think the same thing goes on in Israel, and what we react to is the obviously bad relationship on a personal level between Obama and Netanyahu.
Well, I don't know what's
good. Politics is optics, whether you're talking domestic policy or foreign policy. And the optics are that this president is not standing up for his allies, for our allies. He is not standing up for strong principles, for what this country is about. And he is abandoning both domestic and international policy priorities that he campaigned on both in 2008 and 2012.
Except, Grace, that's precisely what you were saying a couple months ago when it came to the Ukraine. Precisely.
Well, what's so good about the Ukraine situation? Now, did he get out of Crimea?
Are you kidding me?
Is he out of Crimea?
No, he's
did
not
he give
out
it back?
He's not out of Crimea, but if you don't know or recognize that the situation has changed dramatically, I don't know how to tell you a fact, man. Go read a newspaper. I mean, everybody is acknowledging that situation is now much, much better than any of us had anticipated it would be. So,
because he didn't go as far as some of us feared?
Actually, yes.
So what does that mean? So that's a foreign policy success?
I will leave it to you if you feel the need to criticize what the most conservative members of the Senate are saying has had a surprisingly good result. That's up to you.
And if
I'm going to
recognize in Russian hands is a surprisingly good result,
I'm going to recognize.
I'll leave that as the record.
Well, I'm going to recognize the facts as they do and say that this is actually turned out better than
Grace Marie Turner and Rick Ungar, I thank you both, and we'll be back with more of the Steve Malzberg Show. But first, this hour's American Moment, and we take a look back at the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation. Don't go away.
Abraham Lincoln began the war between the states with a single stated purpose: to preserve the Union. So it surprised everyone when in July of 1862, President Lincoln announced his intentions to issue an Emancipation Proclamation to free the Southern slaves. Lincoln was urged to delay his proclamation until the Union Army could boast a battlefield victory. That opportunity came at the Battle of Antietam, when Union forces drove Lee's army out of Maryland. 5 days later, on September 22, 1862, President Lincoln issued the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation, stating slaves in those areas still in rebellion within 100 days will be freed. This action made slavery the focus of the war and ultimately caused France and England to withdraw their support of the South. The following January, Lincoln issued the actual Emancipation Proclamation, stating that all persons held as slaves within the rebel states are, and henceforth shall be, free. You're watching An American Moment on Newsmax TV.